So hello and welcome my friends. I am your Sandeep sir and you are watching MLT tutorial by Sandeep sir. Friends, today we are going to discuss about the science, that is the medical laboratory science syllabus of the DMLT students and for the bachelor degree students. So in the bachelor degree there are BMLT, BSc MLT, BVoc MLT and also BMLS, that is medical laboratory science. All are same. You should not confused about that. These are the different courses. Now we are going to discuss about the syllabus of the. In my earlier videos, I have discussed already discussed in 2 videos about major parts of the laboratory syllabus, and today we are discuss mainly about the microbiology section. And friends, you must subscribe this channel to get the early notification from the YouTube, and also you should share the video to your friends and should put your comments what video, what subjects matter you immediately needs, what type of video you immediately needs. So in the medical laboratory science there are mainly 2 laboratories, that is the clinical laboratory, that is another word it is called medical laboratory medicine, and other is the blood banking, that is the immunohematology, or in other word it is called transfusion medicine. So in the laboratory medicine section there is the first we have discussed already, that is the English and computer, anatomy and physiology, general laboratory concept where we discuss about the laboratory mathematics, laboratory units, fundamental chemistry, and next is the research methodology, that is black stars are for the bachelor degree students mainly, and rest of the course is for the diploma students, and including the black stars, that is for the bachelor degree students. In the parasitology, that is medical entomology, in other words, the parasitology is mainly, it is the theoretical portion, but it has the application in the hematology section, that is the study blood, in the clinical pathology section, that is in the urine, stool or sputum like that, and mainly in the immunology section where we study about the antigen and antibody. So in the next video, in the early video we have discussed about the biochemistry, clinical pathology, histology, cytology and immunohistochemistry, and today we are going to discuss about the microbiology. Mainly microbiology has set up, there are 3 main laboratories. One is the bacteriological laboratory. In the bacteriological laboratory we also study the mycology, that is the study of the fungi. In the molecular biology lab we are study about the virology, that means about the viruses, and in the serology or immunological lab we are study about the antigen and antibody present in the serum or the plasma. Now we are in the bacteriology section, we have to study about the historical introduction, that has a great history of bacteriology, bacterial morphology, that is the mainly the structures, and the staining characters, that stain does means that the color, how to color a bacteria, that is here we are mainly use, that is the one stain is the Gram stain, and according to the Gram stain we are also distinguish and classify the bacteria, and the second stain is the acid fast or the Zn stain, that is the Gill-Nielsen stain, and some special staining procedures are there, like for the capsule of a bacteria, the metachromatic granules of different bacteria, the different cell walls of bacteria, the spores forming bacteria, and the spirochetes, that is the spiral bacteria. In the taxonomy section we have to study about the nomenclature and the groupings of the bacteria. In the motility study, that is the main thing is that some bacteria has the character of locomotion, So to study that, we study about the motility of a bacteria, that is a special type of test. And we have to study about the growth and nutrition, because bacteria need some special nutrition for their growth. Why we should study that, I should discuss in the later. The bacterial genetics, here is also a black star, that is for the mainly for the bachelor degree students. Here we are study about the recombination of their genetic structures, and the sterilization and disinfection, that is the main concern in a bacteriology or a microbiology lab. Here we mainly study about two machines, that is the autoclave and inspicitor. So next is the culture media. Now culture, that means to culture a bacteria we need some special food for that bacteria. Why we should go for a culture to bacteria? Culture is need because to eliminate a bacteria from a sample like blood or urine, it is very difficult to eliminate such microscopical elements from a large amount of urine or a large amount of stool or a large amount of blood. So it is the method to isolate them is best that we culture that bacteria, and so for that we provide the bacteria the special nutrition for them. And after culture, the bacteria also has a character like human. They produce colony like human. So that colony we can see by our naked eyes. So culture is the main protocol to identify, to eliminate a bacteria, to isolate a bacteria from a sample. So culture media, that here we have to study about the types of culture media, the constituents of the culture media, how to prepare a culture media, and what is their use in particular cases of bacteria. Now the culture methods, there are different type of culture methods like stick culture, lawn or carpet culture, stroke culture, step culture, different cultural methods we have to study. Here are some special equipments and apparatus we use in the bacteriological lab. Now the next is the flora and pathogen. Flora means that the common bacteria which resides with us without causing harm to us. These are called flora. And patho does means that the patho word does means that disease. And the gen word is abbreviation of the generate. So the disease causing bacteria, the disease generating bacteria are called the pathogen or the pathogenic bacteria. So here we have to study about the common flora of our body and pathogenic bacteria. Now in the systemic bacteriology we have to study about 30 to 40 number of bacteria separately. They are different staining characters, they are different reaction characters, they are different constituents. So in the systemic bacteriology, the clinically important bacteria we have to study, that is the main group is that the gram-positive or gram-negative bacteria. Here we have to study about 40 number of bacteria. Now the collection, transportation and examination of specimens like blood, urine, marrow. Marrow does means the bone marrow, pus. CSF does mean the cerebrospinal fluid. Discharges, there are many discharges of our body like urinogenital organ discharges, eye discharges, ear discharges, nose discharges or throat discharges. These discharges we have to examine, and like hospital. Now what is hospital study? Hospital study is that the hospital, mainly the operation theatre where the sterilization and disinfection is the primary criteria. So regularly in the hospital, in a large hospital where operation theatre is running, the operation theatre bed where the patient is operated, the floor. These floor based samples are tested in the laboratory that whether there is any bacteria resides. If the bacteria is resides there, we have to take the precautionary measure for that, and also the laboratory tops, the bench tops, we have to culture for that whether there are the bacteria is resides there. So hospital section is very important. So this blood, urine, hospital discharges, all we have to study how to collect that sample, how to transport that sample, and how to examine that sample. So in the lab diagnosis, this systemic bacteriology and the specimens are now has application in the lab diagnosis for a particular disease. So all these are interrelated, very interrelated, but after studying systemic bacteriology, you can't resemble it with any or correlate with anything. So after studying this lab diagnosis, then you have to understand what is the significance of study the systemic bacteriology. So in the lab diagnosis part, we have to study the different diseases like RTI, that means the respiratory tract infection, UTI does means that urinary tract infection, DD does means that diarrheal diseases, PUO. P stands for pyrexia. Pyrexia is a medical term. So medical term you should study, you should buy a medical dictionary, and you have to study in this part, that is the general lab concept. So you have to study medical dictionary, otherwise you always confused. So pyrexia, so if a patient, if we suffer from fever, generally we take a paracetamol. What is the paracetamol? Paracetamol is a drug of antipyretic properties. So antipyretic does means that pyrexia, so that means that the anti-fever drug. So pyrexia is a medical term. So PEO does means that pyrexia of unknown disease. So pyrexia, that means fever is not itself a disease. Fever is a symptom of many diseases. Not only dengue or like that malaria or like that viral fever or bacterial fever. So fever may have causes for many diseases. So pyrexia of unknown disease, meningitis and sepsis. Sepsis, that means that today's word it is septicemia. Bacteremia, that is the bacterial load in the blood. STD does means that sexually transmitted disease, and HAI does means that hospital acquired infection. Some patients after for a long time in the hospital, or the newcomers in the hospital, or the new workers in the hospital may got infection. So hospital acquired infection also we have to study about that. Now the prophylactic immunization, that is the precautionary measurement of immunization for the health workers. Now the antimicrobial sensitivity. So after examining a sample, that is blood or urine, where we to recognize the bacteria, first the step is that we culture that sample. If there is a colony, so there is a bacteria. So after getting that bacteria, our next step is the antimicrobial sensitivity. So in vitro, that is in the laboratory, that is outside our body, we administer some different types of antibiotics on that bacteria and study about which antibiotic is able to kill all the bacteria. So then in the report we suggest that medicine to the physician, and physician just copy that thing and prescribe that particular medicine to the patient. So in the passive way, the laboratory is the main part who are telling that which medicine is applicable for that particular patient. So antimicrobial sensitivity is a very important test, along with the test, we now going for another step, that is the identification of bacteria. That what the particular type of bacteria, and so bacteria here is the main type is that their colony character tell us what type of bacteria it is or what the bacteria it is. So colony character like human, the colony character, the colony structure of a village or a city or a metro city is different in human beings, or in Malaysia where their homes are built half part on the water and half part on the land part. So this is the like that bacteria has their unique colony character. Every bacteria has their unique colony character, and along with that colony character we perform some biochemical tests. That is, we have to study here about 20 to 30 number of biochemical tests. By the test we can surely identify that what is that particular bacteria is. Now the application of microscope, that is the I already discussed about that there are different type of microscope application, that is phase contrast microscope, dark field microscope, or fluorescent microscope in this chapter, that is immunohistochemistry. So here is that also this type of microscope is needed in a bacteriological lab. Now the automation, everywhere automation is occurring nowadays, and for that automation it is the benefit, this benefit goes to the patients. How it is? For a blood culture or for a blood culture and sensitivity test, nowadays it requires 7 to 10 days, but after automation it requires only 24 hours. For a urine culture it takes 48 hours minimum, but nowadays it takes on less than 24 hours. Now the quality control is also concerned in every laboratory, and bacteriology of water, air and milk, that is with black star, that is for the bachelor degree students. So water, air and milk, what type of bacteria is infected is these things, our water, air and milk, we have to study about that. In the mycology, that is the mycology is the study of the fungi, that is fungi mainly resides over, that is superficially on our skins and mainly in our hairs, that is the dandruff, they causes dandruff. So in the mycology chapter we have to study about the introduction. Now the superficial mycosis and dermatophytes, and this is very small chapter, and study of particularly a special type of fungi, that is Candida albicans. So friends, in the next video we discuss about the molecular biology syllabus, immunology syllabus and transfusion medicine, that is blood banking syllabus. So till then, goodbye, and we should meet in our next video. Thank you.